Hi star friends, this is Anastasia with an astrology update. We're taking a look at today what's going on with Mars and Venus. Mars is the masculine, Venus is the feminine. Mars is kind of like how we're moving through the world. Venus is what our hearts are really drawn to. Today is August 20th, and what we're looking at is Mars in Gemini in a square to Venus in Virgo. Mars in Gemini does multitasking better than pretty much anybody because Gemini is the duality. Gemini is two-handed. Gemini is very ambidextrous. Mars in Gemini is very good at communicating and very good at getting things done intellectually, working on the mental field. Venus in Virgo is focused on quiet. So you've got a very noisy masculine and a very quiet feminine. Venus in Virgo wants to be with the earth, it wants to be with nature, it wants to be in humility, it wants to be in quiet, it almost wants to be completely alone at times. And so we've got this kind of a battle between a very chatty, very social Mars and a very quiet, very private Venus. Now, when Mars and Venus work in squares to one another, relationships can be under duress, relationships can change drastically, people can feel like they're not being understood by their partner, and there's some who, we all have the masculine and feminine inside of us, and so there's sometimes even an imbalance inside of our own selves that we're trying to work through. Venus in Virgo wants to focus on meditation. Venus in Virgo wants to focus on being in nature and really limiting the expression, but almost going within to understand how to heal from the inside out. And so if you honor that part of yourself, and then you can go out and have fun and go out and be social and go out and communicate with what Mars is trying to do. In terms of personal relationships, honor the person who needs to talk, honor the person who needs to be quiet, and do understand that we are working through a system of Jupiter and Cancer right now. Jupiter rules the year. It's running from about June to June of each year. And so Jupiter in Cancer is a very feminine energy. It's really honoring the divine feminine. And so with Venus in Virgo, speaking to the divine feminine, it's asking people to listen to the feminine inside of themselves, listen to the women in your life, and let them lead. And because Venus in Virgo is asking for quiet, it's a really wonderful time for the next couple of weeks to focus on the quiet. Mars in Gemini might want crazy fast, go, 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 go. But Mars in Gemini is going to have to be patient and honor what it is that Venus is looking for. Now, Mars will be moving into Cancer, meeting up with Jupiter, which is a huge, beautiful experience for everybody. But do understand that in this time when Mars and Jupiter meet up with each other, tremendous rainstorms, a lot of emotions, but it is great for having wonderful relationships and really wonderful for children and family, because Cancer rules over the Divine Mother, and when Mars and Jupiter are together in Cancer, it's really quite lovely. So for the next couple of weeks, while Mars is finishing up its journey in Gemini and Venus is finishing up its journey in Virgo, take it quiet, take it slow, but do know that in September, things will be much more cohesive. I hope this helps. Have a wonderful day.